You ever see a magician pull a rabbit out of a hat? What about a mechanic pull a rod bearing off of a motor? Peekaboo! Peekaboo!
The dealership salesperson turned in their demo car with only 7,000 miles on it, with one turbo already broken somehow.
Yeah, this is what never been overloaded. Only used for light work. Looks like. And that helper spring is pissed.
This interior had to be gutted as the floor harness wiring was routed incorrectly and got sliced from rubbing on the rear seats.
Customer come in for the power steering light coming on, that'd do it. But what's more impressive, that's how they drive the water pump. Yes, that is a cable tie.
You know what they say? They say God gives the hardest problems to his toughest soldiers. God, I don't want to be a tough soldier no more. Please.
A different shop had recently completed some work on this customer's car when their dash lit up with a bunch of TPMS, ABS and traction control lights.
You ever wonder if you can fit a riding lawnmower in the back of a Kia Sedona, man? Well, you absolutely can, and it fits in there with plenty of room.
The owner of this car kept driving for 20 miles on the freeway after a warning message for no coolant popped up. The last stored code was for low oil pressure as the oil got too hot, hitting 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Mechanic has a few parts cars sitting around and went to grab something from this one and found these guys hiding under the hood.
When I say it's not quite right, that's what I mean. I mean, firstly, the tracking's out. Don't know if you can see that, but look at the ball joint, people. Look at the ball joint.
Customer drove over 4 hours for this issue, which just ended up being this loose hose clamp. This Volkswagen was parked in front of a glass building, and the sun's reflection melted some of the trim pieces, the side mirrors and the headlights.
Just about to do a WAF inspection on this Honda Shadow. I just start walking around the car. I'm like, shit, Lord have mercy. They drove it here like that. Man. That is so smooth. Like, wow. That's just great. It's great. Oh my Lord. Oh.
Customer was having an issue with their car overheating sometimes, but their coolant and water pump were completely fine. Turns out it was this connector being broken and only working when in certain positions. Customer states they hit a curb after avoiding an animal on the road. They definitely hit something, but considering the rear tire is out too, I think they're not sharing the real story.
So we've got a lovely Megane RS, and it's in for a bottom ball joint. This should be fun. That is why it's broken. So with this finally off, you can see, yes, I know there's no bolt, but it's the up and down. Man, this thing's stupid.
Customer states they were on the freeway when their car started feeling sluggish, and now it makes this noise. A shop's mechanics couldn't find why this forklift was billowing out thick smoke from the exhaust. Pretty obvious the turbo seal has failed, and they are so lucky the engine hasn't ran away by now. Bit of a weird one, as this vehicle was spotted in Las Vegas with these sunshades over their headlights. A few people said maybe they did this to protect their headlights from yellowing, but I'd like to hear what you think they've done this for.
So this is the old one that I'm taking off. This is the new one I'm putting on. Hopefully this one has less dirt inside of it than this one does. We'll see.
This customer did their own tune-up on their car, and as you can hear, it's not too happy about it. Sounds like it's not running on all cylinders, so possibly messed up the coils when doing the spark plugs. Customer states their rear tyre is flat. Ma'am, that's a bit more than flat at that point.
2020 Subaru Ascent. I love body shop cars. They're like, oh yeah, it just needs an evac and recharge, right? Open the hood. No coolant, no cap. Also, Subaru techs, I have a serious question. Is this liquid line supposed to be hooked up? I have a feeling it's supposed to be, but I'm not sure. Jesus. A little bit of a plot twist. How silly of me. Neither one of the lines are hooked up.
This customer tried to do their own oil change for their first time ever and unfortunately broke the filter housing. To be fair though, this is a super common issue with these plastic housings.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
Just like how they came out the factory.
Customer states. My boy Jerry did an oil change on July 2nd and the car shut off Thursday. There's barely oil on the dipstick, smoke coming out the exhaust. Please advise. Yeah, I need to take a look down inside that, underneath that heat shield, take the exhaust off and take a peek inside that turbine. So I'm gonna take all this apart and I'll show you guys the exact fail point for this turbo. Now since we got all this stuff out the way, you can really see that turbine real good, and it is done. That's done.
You know it's going to be good when your buddy sends you a video like this, asking if this is fine. Customer reported their car had been overheating for 2 to 3 days, but kept driving it. It ended up being a broken radiator fan. Customer states, "Do you think I need new engine mounts?" That would be a yes. Customer states they slid out on a wet road and went over a massive island, and now something snapped underneath their car. The piece hanging down is a rubber air dam, but I'd be getting everything else inspected, as it looks like the transmission and lower control arm took a hit. Customer asked the mechanic how screwed they are and sent these photos in of their rear diff. This apparently happened at about 45 miles per hour when they heard a loud pop. Customer states, "I just want new pads, don't do the rotors."
Just an air conditioning performance, please. Don't worry about the rear end. Oh, God. Does this look right to you all? Does it?
Customer's wheel cylinder broke, causing this huge leak. Hopefully they're going to replace the whole lot, considering those parts have seen better days. Mechanic found what that clunking noise was, and yes, they cut it off because they couldn't be bothered. Customer states, "Can't you just patch it?" No, they can't. Not what you want to hear coming from a brand new Bronco.
Tire. I would like to know why this person needs lower control arms when they were literally just replaced about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Telling the customer that he needs control arms. That's weird. Considering, like, you guys do know over there at that building that rubber, I don't know if you're aware of this, is allowed to play a little. That's why they make the bushings out of rubber. So maybe if you guys could stop trying to customers and make other shops look bad, that'd be great.
Customer states that ever since there was a rainstorm, this water had been leaking out of their door. Customer just bought this car earlier that day when this noise started up. They were freaking out, but it's likely just the blower motor.
All right, so we have a 17 Pilot here, 110,000 miles. Customer states vehicle is making noise. So these are known for this issue. So the time belt tensioner has failed. We assumed there's a typical failure, but when we took a closer look here, we could see actually that the whole piston here is missing. The whole backside of that tensioner is missing. So all the fluid leaked out. Obviously not holding up tension or anything like that. But surprisingly, this car did come running and we drove it into the bay. We didn't expect that, in this type of failure to be this bad.
Customer states that their Ram keeps overheating no matter how much coolant they keep adding. Looking at the color of that coolant, I'm going to guess there's oil mixing in with it, and it's probably the head gasket.
How many mechanics do you know that have used plumbing materials to fix a car? Gotta admit,
You got nothing, you make
you know that's what they did. What are we gonna do? Oh, I know. Let's use this old plumbing.
Thanks for watching another episode of Mechanical Nightmare. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe. If you have your own crazy or interesting clip, you can send it to us on our Google Forms link. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.